Chapter 1. Why do we keep falling into the rat race? Many people choose their careers to satisfy others, often their parents, without considering their true desires. As a result, they find themselves stuck in a cycle of hard, often unnecessary work just to pay the bills. This is the essence of the rat race. No matter how much effort you put in, most of your earnings go to your employer, taxes, and bills. Leaving little or nothing for savings or investments, the rat race is an endless cycle of working to keep up with expenses. Although many are aware of it, they are hesitant to break free due to the fear of being judged or rejected by their social circle. As a result, they continue to chase a form of financial security that will never lead to true wealth. We've all heard the familiar advice: go to school, study hard, get a good job, and you'll be set for life. However, this advice reflects the mindset of the poor and middle class when it comes to financial security. The rich, on the other hand, have a different perspective. In today's world, a traditional education and good grades are no longer guarantees of success. True financial power comes from understanding money, how it works, and how to manage it wisely. You could graduate at the top of your class and land a high-paying job, but that alone doesn't lead to lasting financial growth. No matter how hard you work, if you don't learn to control your money, someone else will. You could have wealth today and lose it all tomorrow. However, through financial literacy, you can take control of your finances and start building real wealth from the ground up. Many people still follow the conventional path, avoiding poverty but never achieving financial independence. Fear of societal judgment often holds them back from taking the necessary steps to escape the rat race and pursue true wealth. One key reason the rich get richer, the poor remain poor, and the middle class struggles with debt is that financial education is usually taught at home, not in school. There's a clear distinction between being broke and being poor. Being broke is a temporary situation, while being poor is a mindset that can last a lifetime. Chapter 2. Fear and greed prompt us to make irrational decisions. ***. Many people live in constant fear about their financial situation. They worry about missing bill payments, losing their jobs, or not having enough money, which could force them to start over. Let's be honest, much of this fear comes from the pressure to meet the expectations of family, friends, or society. Then, there's greed. Most people have a limit they can't resist. When offered a large enough loan or a comfortable paycheck, they're tempted by the thought of all the things they could buy. Locking themselves into a cycle of reliance on that safe monthly income, these two forces, fear and greed, trap people in a daily routine of waking up early, rushing to work, enduring stress, and working hard at jobs they often don't enjoy. After a long month, they receive their paycheck, only to see it disappear into bills. Their lives are governed by an endless cycle of fear and greed. Fear manifests in our reluctance to lose our jobs. Greed shows up when we eagerly await our paycheck, saving just enough for the occasional vacation to briefly escape the struggle. Even when we earn more, greed whispers that it's never enough, pushing us to continue the rat race. To break free, we must step back and view our lives from a third-person perspective. The rat race is deceptive. On one hand, it's predictable and doesn't require us to make difficult decisions. On the other, this lack of responsibility doesn't lead to happiness. We rush to work, fearing tardiness or job loss. The more we engage in the rat race, the more our brains accept this endless pursuit as normal behavior. Chapter 3. Conventional education doesn't teach financial knowledge. Self-education is key to financial success. Talent and a college degree alone aren't enough to build wealth. There are many talented people who still struggle financially. The real factor that separates the wealthy from everyone else is financial education, understanding how to manage debt, investments, risks, accounting, compound interest, stocks, and more. Unfortunately, traditional education systems don't teach financial literacy. The growing problem of young people maxing out their credit cards shows how a lack of education on money management, investing, saving, and debt affects us. If schools taught financial literacy, building wealth wouldn't seem so out of reach. It would become a realistic goal. The absence of financial education impacts both young and old. Everyone makes money-related decisions, but without the proper knowledge, it's easy to fall into financial traps. Since society doesn't teach us how to handle money, we must take responsibility for educating ourselves. It's never too late to start learning about finances, but the earlier, the better. Invest in yourself, because it's one of the most valuable investments you can make. Begin by expanding your knowledge, attend seminars, take finance courses, and read as many books on the subject as possible. Humans often learn best by example, so finding a mentor is crucial. This person should be someone who has already achieved the financial success you aspire to. Ask them to guide you on your journey. Becoming financially literate doesn't require large amounts of free time. Use your current job to develop essential skills that will benefit you when you're ready to start your own business. For instance, working in a sales department can help you overcome shyness. Through proper training and interacting with customers, you'll learn to confidently approach strangers. Chapter 4. If you want to build wealth, you must be willing to take risks to change your financial situation. You need to start doing things differently. One of the most important shifts is learning how to handle risks. Financially successful people are risk takers. They don't fear risk. Instead, they've mastered the ability to manage it and turn it into an advantage. Taking risks isn't about keeping your money safe in a bank. It means investing in assets like stocks and bonds, which carry more risk than traditional savings but have the potential to generate higher returns in a shorter period. The ability to embrace these kinds of risks is what sets the wealthy apart. While the rich are willing to take calculated risks, the poor and middle class often play it safe, clinging to secure jobs because they fear losing their paycheck. When the fear of losing outweighs the excitement of winning, people tend to avoid opportunities that could lead to financial growth. They focus on avoiding losses, saying, "I don't want to lose," but the reality is that losing is part of the process. Failure is inevitable on the path to success. Losing doesn't make you a failure, it's a learning opportunity that helps you grow and improve. To build wealth, you must be willing to face losses along the way and take chances. Chapter 5. No one becomes rich overnight. Learn how to fuel your motivation. Building wealth is a long, challenging journey, and it's easy to lose motivation when things don't go as planned. For example, the stock you invested in may drop in value, but it's crucial to stay committed and motivated, even during difficult times. One way to keep your motivation alive is to create a list of your wants and don't wants. This list could include goals like, "I want to be debt-free in 3 years," or "I don't want to struggle financially like my parents." Having this list helps you stay focused on your goals, especially when challenges arise. Another strategy to stay motivated is to pay yourself first before settling bills. While it might seem counterintuitive, doing this helps you clearly see how much money you need each month to achieve your goals. However, avoid the temptation to overspend and max out credit cards. Paying yourself first creates a sense of urgency, pushing you to find creative ways to earn more. This habit also builds financial discipline, which is key to long-term success. Understanding the difference between assets and liabilities is essential to growing wealth. An asset generates income for you, while a liability drains your money. For example, a house is not an asset if it costs you more in taxes and mortgage payments than it brings in. To build wealth, keep these tips in mind. The rich invest in assets, while the poor and middle class often buy liabilities, thinking they're assets. Assets generate money, while liabilities cost money. Examples of assets include stocks, bonds, mutual funds, businesses, and anything else that appreciates in value and generates income. Investing in assets allows your money to work for you by earning passive income. As your assets cover your expenses, you can reinvest your profits into more assets, creating a compounding effect. Many people mistakenly believe that buying a house is a smart financial move. But homes often become one of the most expensive liabilities due to high taxes and mortgages. Real assets, by contrast, continuously generate income and grow in value over time. Chapter 6. Your profession is not as significant in wealth creation as your business. A profession and a business are not the same. Your profession is your job. It provides income to cover your living expenses, such as bills and groceries. In contrast, investing time and money into a business can help you grow your wealth. Relying solely on your profession is usually insufficient for building significant wealth, as it often only covers your essential expenses. To create substantial wealth, you need to develop a business alongside your job. Building a business requires cash flow, people, and personal time. For example, a chef's profession involves cooking, which pays the bills but might not lead to long-term wealth. However, if the chef invests extra income into real estate or income-producing assets, they can start growing their wealth. Similarly, a tire salesman might use surplus income for stock trading. These examples illustrate that while professions help manage monthly expenses, investing additional income into businesses can lead to wealth accumulation. Initially, your job will fund your business. You should not quit your day job until your business demonstrates sustainable growth. Once your business becomes a stable source of income, it will replace your profession as your primary financial resource. Achieving financial independence, understanding taxes is also essential. Wealthy individuals handle taxes differently from the poor and middle class. They focus their corporate activities on their assets, allowing them to employ professional accountants and lawyers who help reduce taxes and shield them from legal issues. Employees pay taxes on their earnings first and live on what remains, while corporations spend their profits before paying taxes on the leftover amount. To minimize your tax burden, educate yourself about the tax system. The more you spend on legitimate business or investment activities, the less taxable income remains. This knowledge enables you to reduce the amount of taxes you owe. Chapter 7. Even with financial literacy, obstacles can keep you from wealth. Learn how to tackle them. Even with a solid understanding of finances, you may still encounter obstacles on your path to wealth. Here are 5 key reasons why financially literate people sometimes fail. Fear. Cynicism, laziness, bad habits, arrogance, fear. Robert Greene notes that while many wealthy individuals have experienced financial losses, the poor often haven't faced similar setbacks. The key lesson is that becoming wealthy involves learning to take risks and managing fear effectively. Winners view failure as a learning opportunity and work harder in response. In contrast, losers are overwhelmed by failure and give up. Most people struggle financially because they play not to lose rather than playing to win. Cynicism, doubt, and skepticism can hinder financial success. Although escaping the rat race is relatively simple in theory, doubts can paralyze individuals. Cynics prefer to criticize rather than analyze and miss out on opportunities. The fear of losing money often outweighs the potential joy of gaining it, preventing many from achieving wealth. Laziness. Ironically, staying busy can be a form of laziness. Engaging in constant activities and errands often serves as a distraction from facing deeper fears. We might feel annoyed when reminded of this truth because it exposes our tendency to avoid focusing on what truly matters, such as building wealth, maintaining health, and nurturing relationships. Bad habits. Success is not solely defined by education, but also by the habits you cultivate. Wealthy individuals continually invest in their personal development. To move closer to your goals, adopt positive habits, such as daily reading and regular exercise. Prioritize time for activities that contribute to your arrogance. Arrogance can lead to financial loss due to ignorance. Adopt positive habits like reading and exercise. Embrace humility, stay open to learning, and ask, how can I afford it, for long-term success and growth. Conclusion. Our education system often fails to teach financial literacy, so it's up to you to develop that knowledge independently. Building wealth becomes more achievable when you learn to think like the wealthy and understand the workings of the financial world. The most valuable investment you can make is in your mind because it's your greatest asset. With a well-trained mind, you can generate significant wealth. Contrary to popular belief, the lack of money isn't the biggest obstacle to becoming rich. Rather, it's the misconceptions and false beliefs that hold us back. One of the most damaging ideas is that we must work endlessly for others to achieve success. However, working harder only pays off when we learn to work for ourselves. As Robert Kiyosaki wisely advises, understanding the difference between liabilities and assets is crucial. Liabilities drain your resources, while assets generate income for you. Additionally, gaining knowledge of the tax system and how corporations manage their earnings and expenses can give you a significant advantage. Even with the best financial knowledge, fear, cynicism, laziness, arrogance, and bad habits will prevent you from achieving wealth. Success requires not only financial skills, but also discipline and the right mindset. Here are some key steps to get started: reduce liabilities and unnecessary expenses, and focus on acquiring assets. Shift your mindset to focus on building your asset columns, not just your income. Invest in real estate if possible, as it's a proven path toward financial independence. Surround yourself with successful people in the industry you're interested in and learn from their experiences. Money is temporary, but financial education builds lasting wealth.